This game will get your learners working with the 4 operations and thinking strategically about factors, multiples, and probability. And to play, all you need is any Snakes and Ladders grid. Since I left, Gang Tiggy has been banned across most of the schools I work with. So I'm bringing it back in combination with Mathematical Snakes and Ladders. If you haven't seen that game, maybe look that up and check that out first. But how this works is instead of being a luck-based game like Snakes and Ladders, players will start anywhere on the map they like. These are the players that are running away, and then there'll be one red chaser. They will start from the position 1, and all these players got to choose their starting position. When it is your turn, you will roll the dice, and then you can decide whether you add, subtract, multiply, or divide by the number you've just rolled. So if it was Blue's turn, 40 by 4 is 160, so that's not going to work. So they could divide by 4 and get back to 10. They could add 4 to go to 44, which would bring them straight back there. Or they could subtract 4 to get to 36 and end up on 17. So knowing that this is the person chasing them, they know that they can't possibly get to 17 on their next roll. And so then the next person rolls, and on we go, moving around where we are. So let's imagine it's this guy's turn. 11 times 6 is 66, so they're going to move to 66. And now it's the chaser's turn. So the chaser's rolled a 2. 1 times 2 is 2, or 1 plus 2 is 3. And so the players here are running around to try to escape from this red person. So like Gang Tiggy, you can't go outside of the boundaries, and you can only divide if the number's going to be a whole number as an answer. So 75 can divide by 3 to get you to 25, which is an awesome spot in the normal Snakes and Ladders game, because the goal of that is to get to exactly 100. And if you roll a 4 here, bang, you've made it. But in this game, the idea is to get away from that person as long as possible. Now, if they get tagged, let's say they're on 5 and they roll a 5 next shot. So they're going to multiply by 5 and land on 25, which turns this player into a tagger. So their token becomes red, and now they're joining the chasing team. And so now there's 2 chasers, and as they spread out and these people move, more people will get tagged, and it'll become harder and harder to stay away from the taggers because there's more and more of them. And eventually you'll end up with one person who's trying to get away from everybody else. So I'd recommend at least 4 players for this game. And when you're here, you're kind of trying to figure out numbers that don't have a lot of factors, or they're not so easy to get to. So 72 is quite a dangerous number, because if someone's on 36, they can get a 2 and double it. If they're on 18, they can get a 4 and quadruple it. If they're on 8 times 9, no, it's not going to quite get there. So there's a lot of ways to get to 72. Plus anyone, 78 could get minus 6 and land on 72. So there's some numbers in this game that are more dangerous than others, and some that are less. And then there's numbers that have good escape routes, like the numbers up here. You can escape down all those snakes to get away if people try to corner you. So the aim is to stay away from the taggers as long as possible, and the last person to survive wins, and then they become the tagger on the next round. Enjoy!